extend all kind of support required for its sport implementation. Before winding up my speech, I must appreciate the fact that the Gauhati High Court has always maintained its high tradition to uphold the rights of the people. I am confident that this tradition will continue perpetually in the days to come, setting new benchmark for other institutions to follow. I once again thank Honorable President, Madam Srimati Droupadi Murmu ji, for her gracious presence at today's event. I also thank Honorable Chief Justice of India, Honorable Justice Dr. D.Y. Chandrachud, for being with us today in this remarkable occasion. I once again congratulate Honorable Chief Justice of Gauhati High Court, Justice Sri Sanjeev Mehta ji, and all the present and former judges, lawyers, and staff of this honorable court on this auspicious Platinum Jubilee celebration. With these few words, thanking the August gathering, I bring an end to my words. Thank you. Joy Hind, Joy Ma Bharati, Joy Ayaham.
I would now request Honorable Dr. Justice D.Y. Chandrachud, Chief Justice of India, to kindly deliver his speech.
Namaskar. Respected President of India, Srimati Droupadi Murmu ji, the Honorable Governor of Assam, Shri Gulab Chand Kataria ji, the Honorable Union Minister for Law and Justice, Shri Kiren Rijiju, Dr. Hemanta Biswa Sharma, Chief Minister of Assam, Shri Justice Sandeep Mehta, Chief Justice of the Gauhati High Court, my very distinguished colleagues from the Supreme Court who have graced this occasion, Chief Justices of the High Court, Judges of the High Court, judicial officers, members of the bar, students, and all the distinguished guests who have graced this occasion with their presence. As the head of the family comprising of the Indian judiciary, I have the greatest pleasure in warmly welcoming the Honorable President of India in our midst, and we express our gratitude to her for having graced this occasion. It fills me with a sense of pride and optimism as we celebrate the rich history of the Gauhati High Court, which is celebrating its Platinum Jubilee. It has the unique distinction of being the common High Court for 4 major states of the country: Assam, Arunachal Pradesh, Mizoram, and Nagaland, with their varied cultural, linguistic, geographical, historical, legal, and customary landscape. The appointment of Shri Justice Kardak Ete as a judge of the Gauhati High Court recently is a testament to the judiciary's commitment to diversity. One of my own Chief Justices of the Bombay High Court shared with me that the most newly appointed judge the outstanding work which was done by the Gauhati High Court when times were bleak in the emergency. It is in tough times that the tough judges get going. The role of the judiciary is to ensure that the law and its administration do not thwart justice, but rather uphold it. law should always be used with the sensibilities to address the root of the problems and should take into consideration the social realities of the communities where it is sought to be implemented. As we celebrate 75 years of the Gauhati High Court, we must also recognize the challenges that continue to plague our justice system, particularly in the realm of access to justice. Historically, many jurisdictions under the Gauhati High Court have reeled from the effects of natural calamities. Recurring floods in the state of Assam, which annually displace thousands of people, many losing important identity documents and other material possessions in their process. The challenges faced by the marginalized and the vulnerable communities during these adversities is even greater, impeding their access to public services, including the access to justice. The stirring words of our President, Srimati Droupadi Murmu during the celebrations of the Constitution Day of India in 2022 resonate in the mind. The President raised important concerns regarding lack of access to justice and legal aid and urged us to address the pressing needs of the most vulnerable sections of our society. Her words have inspired the legal fraternity to widen the reach of justice throughout the nation. In line with it, today we will be witnessing the launch of 3 initiatives to advance the outreach of the justice delivery system. One of these initiatives is the launch of the Bharoka mobile app, a women's safety app, which was inaugurated by the President a short while ago. Bharoka is a community-specific digital tool that localizes the support and connects the users with local support structures. It has a range of features such as integration with the Women's Helpline 181, distress signal alerts, and information about welfare schemes available for women. But we must remember that technology by itself is not a panacea. It must be supported by an ecosystem to actualize the benefits which are intended. The recent National Family Health Survey reveals that 75.4% of women in the urban areas of Assam and 53.9% of women in the rural areas of the state already have access to mobile phones. This is a tremendous achievement of the state. These are remarkable figures signifying years of progress towards equal digital inclusion. However, the percentage of women who have never used the internet still falls below 50% in Assam. Keeping in mind the digital gender divide in access to the internet, the developers of the Bharoka app have made sure that it also works in areas with no internet connectivity, where an SMS alert can be sent to emergency contacts with the location of the nearest phone tower. I must applaud the developers for being cognizant of the ground social realities. Technology has to be groomed to the Indian social context. Our design thinking must be user-centric. Our processes in the judicial system will result in just outcomes if our structural designs include everyone and exclude no one. To just give you some illustrative figures, in 2023, up to 13th March, 2.77 crore SMSs were sent to registered mobile phone users across India, 3.84 lakh per day. The e-Tal website has recorded 326 crore transactions in 2022. 18.5 crore transactions have been recorded in 2023 till 13th of March 2023. We have sent 2.37 crore automated emails in 2023 itself, up to 13th of March 2023, to registered users in the justice delivery system in India. These figures are unprecedented in contemporary societies across our globalized age. I hope that this marks the beginning of a series of initiatives that would be taken under the auspices of the Gauhati High Court, under the able leadership of Chief Justice Sandeep Mehta, to ensure that the law remains imbued with a humane touch and is grounded in the diversity of human experience. A humane touch of the law is essential for ensuring that the law serves the needs and interests of all people. It requires a willingness to be empathetic to the unique identities of people, with a commitment to accessibility and fairness, and implementation which is grounded in compassion and respect for equality and diversity. When the law is wisely applied and interpreted in the hands of judges, women and men who have a feel for social reality and compassion in the application of law, it takes a step forward towards realizing justice. But when the law is wielded without principle, it can carry the burden of arbitrariness. For the judges and lawyers, and indeed for all of us as citizens, the constitutional path is reflected in the values of the preamble: fraternity, dignity, liberty, and equality. These parameters provide the beacon for the unity of our nation and the stability of the social fabric. The relations between the executive and the judiciary on the administrative side have to be marked by a sense of robust constitutional statesmanship. All three arms of the state, the legislature, the executive, and the judiciary, are engaged in the common task of nation building. But on the judicial side, the confidence and faith of the citizens in the judiciary lies in a fierce sense of our own judicial independence. The legitimacy of the judiciary as an institution depends on the faith which we command of our citizens. And that faith is determined by one factor and alone, which is whether we become the first and the last choice of access to the citizens in times of distress and need. Constitutional statesmanship, above all, whether it is on the administrative or on the judicial side, requires deliberation. It requires dialogue, not public grandstanding. Once again, I extend my best wishes to the entire legal fraternity associated with the Gauhati High Court and congratulate them for the Platinum Jubilee celebrations. God bless, and may you contribute to making our nation stronger and stronger each day of our lives. Namaskar.
I would like to request Shri Gulab Chand Kataria, Honorable Governor of Assam, to kindly address the August gathering.
गुवाहाटी हाई कोर्ट के 75वें वर्ष के इस हमारे कार्यक्रम में उपस्थित महामहिम राष्ट्रपति महोदय, सर्वोच्च न्यायालय के माननीय मुख्य न्यायाधीश डॉक्टर न्यायमूर्ति जीवी चंद्रचूड़ जी, असम के मुख्यमंत्री आदरणीय हेमंत विश्व शर्मा जी, केंद्रीय कानून मंत्री श्री किरण रिजिजू जी, गुवाहाटी उच्च न्यायालय के मुख्य न्यायाधीश आदरणीय संदीप मेहता जी, गुवाहाटी और सर्वोच्च न्यायालय के विभिन्न स्थानों से पधारे हुए न्यायाधीशपति, विभिन्न न्यायालयों में कार्यरत न्यायाधीश, विभिन्न स्थानों से आए हुए भी आज हमारे बीच में उपस्थित हैं। मैं आप सब की तरफ से उनका भी बहुत बहुत स्वागत करता हूं। मैं सोचता हूं कि हमारे संविधान निर्माताओं ने बहुत प्रारंभ से ही विधायिका, कार्यपालिका और न्यायपालिका को अपने अपने क्षेत्र में बहुत सशक्त करने का प्रयास किया है। और जब कभी भी कहीं भी संविधान की भावना की अवहेलना हुई है या संविधान की भावना के अनुरूप नहीं हुआ है, तो हमारे न्यायालयों को इतना सशक्त बनाया है कि वो संविधान के अनुसार ये देश चले, इसके लिए उनके निर्णय हमेशा सारा देश उसे स्वीकार करता है। ये हमारे देश का सौभाग्य है कि हमारे न्यायालयों ने जो भी निर्णय किए उसको सब लोगों ने मन से स्वीकार किया, चाहे वो उनके पक्ष में था या नहीं था। इसका मतलब हिंदुस्तान में न्याय के प्रति कितना सम्मान है, ये आप और हम अच्छी प्रकार से जानते हैं। वैसे इस गुवाहाटी हाई कोर्ट का मैं सोचता हूं कि शायद ये सौभाग्य रहा है कि 1948 में जब इसकी अप्रैल 5 को स्थापना हुई थी, तब उसके पहले जो यहाँ के मुख्य न्यायाधीश थे श्री रोनाल्ड पैसिस लॉज ने पहली बार यहाँ शपथ लिया। और आज मैं इस कार्यक्रम के माध्यम से उसके बाद के जितने भी न्यायाधीश यहाँ हुए हैं, जिन लोगों ने भी इस न्याय की इस गरिमा को ऊपर उठाया है, आज हमें उन सब को याद करना आवश्यक है। उनके द्वारा किए गए कामों के आधार पर ही ये 75 साल की जो यात्रा है न्याय की, ये इस सीमा तक आकर के आज पहुंची है। मुझे बहुत ही प्रसन्नता है कि इस कोर्ट के द्वारा जिस प्रकार के व्यक्ति आपने देश को दिए हैं, वो भी अपने आप में एक बहुत ही याद रखने वाला है। मैं सोचता हूं कि यह पहली है कि रंजन गोगोई जी इसी कोर्ट के आधार पर हिंदुस्तान के मुख्य न्यायाधीश बनकर के सेवाएं हिंदुस्तान में दी है। ये गौरव प्राप्त है इस गुवाहाटी की धरती को। इस गुवाहाटी की धरती को इस बात का भी है कि श्री फखरुद्दीन अली अहमद जी जो इस हिंदुस्तान के राष्ट्रपति बने, वो आपकी इसी कोर्ट की प्रोडक्ट है। इसका मतलब इस कोर्ट ने देश को बहुत कुछ दिया है। मैं सोचता हूँ इस कोर्ट के माध्यम से इस देश को जितने अधिकारी दिए हैं, जितने आपने न्यायाधीश दिए हैं, जितने लोगों को आपने यहाँ तैयार करके इस देश को सेवा के लिए उपयुक्त किया, उसकी उपलब्धि भी निश्चित रूप से इस गुवाहाटी हाई कोर्ट की है। मेरी ऐसी मान्यता है कि निश्चित रूप से आज जो कॉमन व्यक्ति है वो आपके जब न्यायालय के तरीकों को देखता है वो उसकी समझ के बाहर आता है। मैं आप सबसे रिक्वेस्ट करता हूं कि स्थानीय भाषा में भी अपने जजमेंट लिखने के लिए कोई न कोई व्यवस्था बनाई जाए, जिसके कारण से स्थानीय व्यक्ति भी उसको ठीक प्रकार से समझ सके और कानून का अर्थ निकाल सके। हम सब लोग चाहते हैं, मन से भी बराबर बोलते हैं कि सुलभ और सस्ता न्याय होना चाहिए, लेकिन अभी तक इसमें अपन बहुत कुछ पीछे चल रहे हैं। मैं सोचता हूं कि हम सब जो इससे जुड़े हुए लोग हैं वो इसके बारे में निरंतर चिंता करें कि वो जो अंतिम छोर पर बैठा हुआ व्यक्ति है वो अगर न्याय की इच्छा लेकर के आपके और मेरे बीच में आता है तो उसे भी न्याय प्राप्त हो। मैं सोचता हूँ लोकायुक्त के माध्यम से निश्चित रूप से एक अच्छा प्रयोग हुआ है और जिसके कारण से हजारों लाखों मुकदमे जिनको आपने सोचा कि वो आसानी से निपटते हैं, तो निश्चित रूप से इस बारे में जरूर विचार करना चाहिए कि न्याय, अभी जैसा आपने रिजू जी ने कहा था कि इस आसाम में 4,50,000 मुकदमे पेंडिंग है। इसका मतलब हमें इस बारे में बहुत गहराई से विचार करना पड़ेगा कि लंबे समय तक पेंडिंग रहने वाले मुकदमे कितने लोगों के मन को पीड़ा पहुंचाते होंगे जो न्याय के लिए भटकते रहते हैं। इसके बारे में चूंकि आज आप केंद्रीय कानून मंत्री जी विराजमान हैं, है ना, हमारे सुप्रीम कोर्ट के चीफ जस्टिस विराजमान हैं, सब बड़े बड़े जितने भी आप जज हैं, हाई कोर्ट के हैं, सुप्रीम कोर्ट के, सब बैठे हैं। इस विषय पर एक कॉमन आदमी आपसे और मुझसे जरूर पूछता है कि आखिर ये सस्ता और सुलभ न्याय उसे कब मिलेगा। इसके बारे में भी हम जरूर विचार करें। एक बार मैं आपके इस गुवाहाटी के इस 75 वर्ष के इतिहास में जितने उतार चढ़ाव आए हैं, जिन जिन लोगों का योगदान रहा है, जिन जिन लोगों ने इस कोर्ट की ऊंचाई को बढ़ाने का प्रयत्न किया है, जिन्होंने कुछ मापदंड कायम किए हैं न्यायालय के, उन सब लोगों को निरंतर याद रखते हुए भविष्य की पीढ़ी को भी ये समझाने का प्रयास करें कि न्याय जो वास्तव में है इस देश की रग रग में है, कि आपके द्वारा किए हुए हर फैसले को सर माथे पर रख करके देश को चलाता है। इसीलिए 75 वर्ष के इस लोकतंत्र में यही एकमात्र देश है जिसने अब उतार चढ़ाव देखने के बाद भी ये देश निरंतर प्रगति की ओर बढ़ता रहा है। मैं सोचता हूँ आप पर बहुत बड़ी जिम्मेदारी है। इस जिम्मेदारी को और मजबूती से आगे बढ़ाने का प्रयास करें। और एक बार महामहिम राष्ट्रपति महोदय, आपका बहुत आभार व्यक्त करता हूं आसाम की जनता की तरफ से, यहाँ बैठे हुए सभी साथियों की तरफ से। आपने इस कार्यक्रम में आकर के इसको जो ऊंचाई दी है उसके लिए आपका बहुत बहुत अभिनंदन, बहुत बहुत स्वागत।
I would now request Srimati Droupadi Murmu, Honorable President of India, to kindly deliver her valuable speech.
Governor of Assam, Sri Gulab Chand Kataria ji, Chief Justice of India, Dr. Justice D.Y. Chandrachud ji, Chief Minister of Assam, Dr. Hemant Biswa Sarma ji, Union Minister for Law and Justice, Sri Kiran Rijiju ji, Chief Justice of Gauhati High Court, Sri Justice Sandeep Mehta ji, Judge of Gauhati High Court, Sri Justice L. Jamir ji, Judges of the Supreme Court of India, Judges of Gauhati High Court, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, Namaskar, Johar. I am indeed glad to be here among you on this occasion, which is historic for the Gauhati High Court. Completing 75 years of public service is undoubtedly a cause of great pride. So let me first congratulate all those associated with this court, judges, lawyers, and court employees of the past and the present for their significant contribution to this outstanding institution. I also congratulate the people of the Northeast in general and the people of Assam in particular, as they have also made crucial contributions to this achievement. A period of 75 years is but a blink in history, but it is indeed a long time for individuals and the institutions they built. Last year, we began celebrating 75 years of independence. The whole nation is celebrating this in the form of Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, which with patriotic fervor. Milestones like this make us aware of the past that has shaped our present. That is also true for our celebrations today. Today's occasion reminds us of the vision and commitment of those who shaped this institution in its early years. The Gauhati High Court, of course, hold a unique place in India's judicial landscape. After its inception in 1948, it had jurisdiction over 7 states for more than 6 decades and still has jurisdiction over 4 states. At one point of time, its jurisdiction included Assam, Nagaland, Manipur, Meghalaya and Tripura, Mizoram and Arunachal Pradesh. After the establishment of separate high courts for the states of Manipur, Meghalaya and Tripura in 2013, the Gauhati High Court has jurisdiction over the states of Assam, Nagaland, Mizoram and Arunachal Pradesh with its principal seat at Gauhati and 3 permanent benches in Kohima, Aizawl and Itanagar. The Gauhati High Court has also established a distinct identity for itself by producing a number of legal luminaries, some of whom have also ascended to the distinguished position of the Chief Justice of India. It has also received attention for delivering several landmark decisions. I am confident that the Gauhati High Court will continue to serve the people in the same manner in the years to come. Ladies and gentlemen, the northeastern region comprising 8 states is aptly described as the area of Ashtalakshmi. This region of the rising sun is possibly the best example of how various communities have lived together historically. As a result, it has rich ethnic and linguistic diversity. In such a region, institutions need to have a great deal of sensitivity and responsibility as divergent traditions and laws govern the lives of the people of the region. The indigenous people of the hill areas prefer conciliatory processes rather than somewhat adversarial systems. Some of the customary practices for dispute resolution prevalent here are not only expeditious, they are also highly effective. The legislation applicable to different areas may vary, but the entire area is administered by a common high court. In this light, it is heartening to see that the Gauhati High Court continues to uphold the customary laws that have been in practice in some of the states under its jurisdiction. By respecting the sentiments of the indigenous people, this institution has helped enhance the ethos of peaceful coexistence in this region. Thus, this court has rightly taken pride in administering justice in an area with great variation geographically, typically, as well as ethnically. Ladies and gentlemen, when I was thinking about the achievement of the Gauhati High Court, I also gave a thought to the role of justice in our society. The foundation of India as a modern republic is our magnificent constitution, whose cornerstone is justice. The framer of the constitution had a vision that had emerged out of our glorious freedom struggle. They envisioned independent India as a nation where all citizens were equal in every sense of the term. Equality was meant not only as equality before law. That is why their notion of justice was quite expansive. Justice includes economic and social justice as well. Indeed, it expands beyond 2 or 3 aspects, and it becomes the duty of every generation to make the term meaningful in its time. In our time, I believe we must become sensitive to ecological justice, environmental degeneration, degradation has led to great injustice to many communities around the world. In fact, we need to be sensitive to other species as well as towards the whole ecology, because humankind as a whole has done unprecedented damage. That is injustice to the other members of Mother Nature's family. Working towards ecological justice can take many forms, and the legal fraternity, I am sure, will also make meaningful contributions to it. Speaking of justice, I cannot help but repeat what I have said before. I strongly believe that justice, by definition, has to be inclusive and that must be accessible to all. However, access to justice is hindered by many factors. Cost of justice is one of them, and we need to keep expanding the reach of free legal counseling. The language of justice is another hindrance, but there is praiseworthy progress in that direction, and the higher judiciary has started making verdicts available in more and more regional languages. There can be many more innovations to make the legal processes inclusive in terms of language. We should also note the increasing role of technology in the administration of justice. This welcome development has been solving many problems that had affected the system for long. I especially urge the young generation, young lawyers and students of law to find technological solutions in the legal domain that can provide a helping hand to the poor and the needy. लेकिन मैं चीफ जस्टिस से सहमत हूँ। कितने लोगों को हम टेक्नोलॉजी, कितने लोगों के पास हम अभी तक पहुँचाए हैं? उन लोगों को हम पहुँचाए हैं नेटवर्क जो एक्चुअली सिस्टम के बारे में पता है, जो एडुकेटेड है। इसलिए मैं सब गवर्नमेंट से अनुरोध करती हूँ, आग्रह करती हूँ, जल्द से जल्द सभी लोगों को टेक्नोलॉजी पहुंचाने के लिए जो माध्यम चाहिए, जो प्रोसेस चाहिए, उनको एक्सेस होना चाहिए। Ladies and gentlemen, I once again congratulate all individuals associated with the Gauhati High Court on the occasion of completion of 75 years of its service to justice and jurisprudence. I wish you and this august institution all the best for the journey ahead. As the festival spirit welcoming Ronguli Bihu is in the air, I offer my warmest greetings to all of you. मैं धन्यवाद देना चाहती हूँ। मैं नवंबर 26 में कुछ बातें ऐसे मैं कही थी, उसके बारे में चीफ जस्टिस ऑफ इंडिया संज्ञान लिए हैं, गवर्नमेंट भी उसके बारे में सोचे हैं और थोड़ा बहुत काम शुरू हुआ है। मुझे लगता है ये केवल शुरुआत ही है, आगे अच्छे से अच्छे होगा और लोगों को जस्टिस मिलेगा। थैंक यू। जय हिंद, जय भारत।
I would request